So I'm gonna remove this actuator or solenoid here. Now check my other video on how to remove the panel. Once you remove this, you can remove the solenoid. See, the key thing is you have two screws here which look like these two. So you need to remove those to remove this part. And to do that, you need the right tools. See how it looks? If you have those tools, you can easily remove those. Alright, so to remove this, probably the hex wrench would do, but you need something like this that's kind of hexagonal. So it goes in right here like that, and then you can just remove that. So that thing is pretty tight, so I'm doing something like this, and let's see if that works. Alright, so I removed these two screws, and that's how that looks. So now let's remove the solenoid. Okay, all you have to do is pull it out from this gap here, like just sitting here, just pull it out this way and just take it out and hang it like that. I need to remove, see the black connector here and the white connector here, and you can possibly, if you have multimeter, you can test if you're receiving any signal here and here. And if you have voltmeter, no, not the voltmeter, you have voltage power supply, you can try to give 12 volts to see if this thing is dead or it's working, and check if it is activating or not. So let me remove the connectors first, and then let's see if I can test it with multimeter. Alright, so I have removed the connectors. Now key thing is you need to push this white clip or white thing here inside to remove it, and this one, the black one, is pretty easy to remove. So you need to have now a multimeter which looks like this to test the voltage. Okay, so that's the multimeter. You need to set it to DC voltage like that, and then see the black pin, it's kind of hard to put the prongs in here, so you put one in here and other one, it's kind of tricky, in there. Okay, it's like 12 volts, and now let's try pressing the unlock key. See how it changes? So I'm assuming it's sending the signal here. Okay, stop. Alright, just put the prongs in. It doesn't really matter how you put them in, like this is a DC voltage like that, and now you see this, it's kind of zero. Okay, it's zero. So let's press the unlock key. See, it's zero, and when you press the key, see something happens. Zero, something happens. So it's sending the signal. Okay, now I want to check if applying the voltage to this actuator works or not. So I need a 12 volt source. Obviously I don't have the laboratory type of voltage source, so I'm using this. See this, and you can set it to 12 volt. So I'm setting it to 12 volt now. And this is a universal type of thing, adapter, which you can apply to or use for any instrument. I use it for my keyboard. Alright, so what I did is I put the wire in there. Now the gauge of the wire is kind of high, but it doesn't matter, it works for the purpose. So I get this, see that? So the voltage is basically 12 volts. Alright, see, that's better. The voltage is 12 volt DC. So I can use this to test the actuator. Alright, so let's try testing if this actuator works if I give 12 volt here. So you see that here. So I have 12 volts here, we just checked, and if I apply it, see that? That's like unlocking it. That's what we did. When we unlocked it manually, we pushed it here, and if I apply this, see, it works. So don't apply it, don't keep it touched for too long, it might damage the actuator. Just give it a spike like you would receive it by the remote, the fob key. Alright, so now I think the actuator is fine, and the problem is with the electric lines. So I'll check that now. Alright, so I have already checked that my actuator is good by applying the voltage. You can do a couple of more things if you want. You can disconnect this connector right here, and on this side there's a outside manual switch. You can check the continuity, put the two DMM prongs in there, set it to continuity and check the continuity. It should be discontinuous, and when you press the manual switch it will beep indicating the continuity. You can do the same thing here, but on the actuator side never apply continuity testing towards the battery side, towards this side or towards this side. It will be dangerous.